Hey man, good morning, morning. I'm gonna do two videos, but the one I'm gonna do real quick, man, is basically touching base on stocks, crypto, forex, or whatever, and and talk about people and investing in general. Talk about my view on it, and how I move when we are getting into the market to invest. A lot of people don't know a lot about investing, man, or trading. You have trading and you have investing, long term, short term, whatever, right? All of it overall is still investing. Trading is more so what you're going to do, maybe on a daily basis, weekly basis, or whatever, man. You in and you out, and you have targets. You have specific targets that you're trying to hit. You don't want to go in blind. I think I told a friend recently, like, hey, have a point set that you want to get out at. Somebody else told me the other day, and it was a younger guy at the work, right? At work, and he was like, his friend, he day trades. His friend has a target of 5%. So he day trades and swing trades, but his target is 5%. Anything over 5%, the friend doesn't even want. If a stock moves up 5% in that day, he'll get out. Because he believes that it's gonna reverse, right, and go back down. And in some cases, he's right. Because if it goes up to 10%, you're probably gonna see a reversal coming soon in the stock market. And the only way you're gonna make some money off of it is if you are in options trading, and you buy one lot of 100 shares, and then you can sell at a particular price and then watch it drop down, and then you'll make money off of that. I haven't really got into option trading. Do I understand the basic concepts of it? Yes, I do. Can money be made off of it? A shit ton can be made off of it. I'm still a rookie when it comes to that. I haven't got into that yet. But anyway, you know, my concept is basic, man. Like, it's basic in terms of, for beginners, buy low, sell high. But before you invest in anything, do your research. Look into the company that you want to purchase. When I say look into it, I don't mean just go to Yahoo Finance or go to MSN or shit like that. I mean, go to the NASDAQ website, pull up all the information on that company. That three little symbol that you see, that's called a ticker symbol. So if I give the company um, um, PBF Energy, the ticker symbol for them, they have two, PBF and PBFX. So you have a 3-digit and a 4-digit. Both of them are two different stocks for the company. I'm invested right now in the PBF, and so if you type that ticker symbol in, it'll pop up. But also type that shit into your Google search bar, PBF Energy, Investors Relations, and then click on that shit, and it'll give you the actual company's website. Click on that, and it'll give you all the information about the company. So you're gonna know firsthand what the company's putting out, not secondhand from Yahoo Finance or anybody else. So you're gonna find out firsthand their SEC filings, their Security and Exchange Commission's filings, because they have to put all that shit up, on the SEC for that with the stocks and shit, right? Um, they have to they put all press releases. They do all their press releases. All that shit is on their page. Anytime they do something, whether they are getting ready to do a split of stocks, whether they're going to do reverse splits, which means they're going to call stocks back and they're going to give you a smaller number for the ones that you have. Anything, any type of paperwork that they're talking about doing, all that shit is going to be on their page. They're going to post it, and so you're going to have firsthand knowledge of what a company is planning on doing. You get to look at their numbers for the different quarters. So quarter two, I think some people are putting out quarter three right now, but they're putting their numbers out. So you get to know if the company made any money, if the company lost money. You get to know all of this stuff. So that is like firsthand research that you need to be looking at. Then you start looking at the secondary shit, off the Yahoo Finances and all this other shit. Now I use NASDAQ website, NASDAQ.com, because you can type in a ticker and the company information pop up. And if I want to know what they pay in a dividend, I click on dividend history, and it shows me how frequently they paid that dividend. Do they pay it quarterly? Do they pay it semi-annually? Do they pay it annually? Do they pay it monthly? I get all my information from that. And then the NASDAQ website also has their press releases as well. All this stuff, all of it is right there. and so I'm able to kind of gauge exactly what's going on, looking at the volume of the stock, how much is being moved in a day, and I go through those press releases to really find out, hey man, what's the direction of the company? What are they talking about? I also look at historical prices of the stock. I want to know what was the price last year at this time. So last year on October 29th, what was the price? What was the price the year before that? Has it always been around this price? What's the difference between last year and this year? Well, if you know anything, you know that the difference between last year and this year was COVID. There was no talks about COVID October of 2019. October of fucking 2020, COVID is still live and in effect, and it's fucking up the stock market in a lot of different markets. So now you see, you got some type of information, and you're able to make a move and a decision, to say, hey man, damn though. I'll give you an example: the oil market. Once again, PBF Energy is a refinery, right? It's in New Jersey, and oil has been affected big time from COVID. They've closed down refineries. They've actually sold some stuff off. They had to decrease the amount of oil coming in, and you still have to think, man, we got shit coming in from the Middle East, we got shit coming in from Russia, we got shit coming in from everywhere, and they have too much of it. So when you have too much of it, it's gonna flood the fucking market, and the prices are gonna be dirt cheap. So that's why you can go to the gas station and get cheaper gas than you did before, because the shit is flooded. It's hard for them to control it right now, and you still got people in the Middle East and all these other countries that are trying to sell what they have because they have an influx. Now do they agree to like cut the barrel short, and something? Yeah, they're greedy too. They still want their fucking money, so they're gonna cut off some so they don't kill the fucking prices and fuck people over, but they still trying to make money. So you have to learn about all of that stuff, man. You have to do your research and learn. And you say, damn, this company was a $30 stock, and now it's a fucking $4 stock, and then you have to kind of judge how long it's going to take before all this shit gets fixed. It may take a whole fucking year for, once COVID is over. That shit is not even over yet. So, which means next year, the stock could still be hovering in the $4, $5, $6 range or some shit like that. Maybe you're going to be up, but not as much as you thought you were going to be up. But is it a investment to take $400 and buy 100 shares or something? For me, it is. It is an investment. I actually spent $500, so I'm way ahead of some of other people, man. I spent like $569, I think, total in this particular company. And I got 100 shares, right? So, and right now it's like at $430 something. So I've lost $100+ in the company just because it dropped these last 2 days. These last 2 days been bad in the market. Do I panic and say, oh my God, I lost 100 something? No, I don't give a fuck. Like it's not a big deal. What we do is we look at how far it's dropped. We look at the difference between where my average cost is and the current price, and then we look at how long it's gonna hopefully be down that low, and we see if it's gonna be a benefit to me. If I bought 100 shares, can I cut my price and push me down into the $4 range? Can I get somewhere at the $4.80 range if I decide to buy 100 shares right now and spend $400+? And the answer to that question right now is, if I decide to do that, yes, I could get into the $4.80 something range. Is it worth it to me at this present moment? Nah, it ain't. It's not worth it to me just yet. Now, if it goes into the $3 range, and yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it because it's going to get me in the low fours, close to the $3 range, and it'll put me in having 200 shares or something. And then as the price goes up, I'm going to be looking at doubling what I was planning on making. So I think I was planning on making a little bit over $2,000, maybe, with this particular company. So if I could turn $400 into $2,000, I think it's over $2,000. And then if you buy 200 shares, now you plan on making $4,000 off of maybe $800 spent. So you have to think about, you got to do the math, man. You got to actually pull a pad out. I got a pad right here. Pull that pad out and actually do the math. So you have to learn this shit, man. It ain't just some people do pick some shit and just hold it. And I'm in this stock group, man. These motherfuckers just be picking stuff, and they pick shit based on a name. I had a motherfucker talking about Apple and Tesla. There's nothing wrong with buying Apple and Tesla shares. I've bought Tesla shares. I've bought Apple shares. I've made money off of both, right? And I remember Tesla was in the twos, and me and my boy Bill Haran was like, man, what the fuck? I remember Apple being at 220, and my boy was making quite a bit of money a fucking day, buying like 10 shares right off the rip, making his money every fucking day. And I remember when that shit dropped to like $1.50. My dude got the fuck out before he lost too much money. And Apple hovered in that range. That was like December 2018 when that shit dropped. And then, we go in 2019, that bitch go fucking wow. It goes back up. Tesla starts going up. And we watched it in 2020. Boom. I had a friend, she made like 10 stacks. I told her about Tesla and shit like that. She bought whatever she bought, made like 10 stacks off that shit. So hey, that's kudos. They doing what they do. They're making their bread, man. Hey, that's good. That's a good feeling, man, to have put a certain amount of money in something and come back and look at it and that shit saying 10 stacks, or whatever it said. That's a good feeling, man. Sell off, got the cash. I'm running with that shit. So I that's a good feeling, man. And so anytime I sell, man, and I make, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it is that I make, I really do, it makes me feel real good, man. So that's with the stock market, man. Do your research and know what you're getting into, man. Know the companies that you're getting into. Now I'll move on into Forex. Forex is a whole nother beast, man. Shout out to anybody that I've helped with the Forex market, man. Some people have decided to go in directions where they're dealing with websites that actually help them, and they have to pay a fee for it. And I think it may be a monthly fee. I can't remember. Everybody's different on how they move with Forex. But I will tell you, Forex is free. You don't have to pay anybody anything to get into the Forex marketplace. You can go and download a free app, MetaTrader 4. You can pick from a host of different brokers. I like to only deal with U.S. brokers. Me and my dude Chris Holmes, he the one who put me in a game with Forex years ago. I think 2016, 2015, something like that. But he put me in a game when it comes to the Forex. And Forex is the foreign exchange. It's the exchange of currency. So you're dealing with money. You're dealing with the dollars. You're dealing with dollars, U.S. dollars. You're dealing with Canadian dollars, Switzerland francs. You're dealing with euros. You're dealing with Australian dollars. So you have a couple of main ones that you may deal with, or you can deal with, Russian rubles and, all types of stuff, right? So I've put a little research in to learn different currencies. Some of them are worth trading, some of them are not. Some of the ones that I spoke of are worth it. The Russian rubles are not worth it to me. You really have to do your research when it comes to that, because then you're not dealing off of how the stock market moves. Does it correspond with it sometimes? Yes. But you're dealing off of economies. So now you need to know what the fuck is going on in that country to find out, hey, why is the price has elevated so high? Why has it dropped down so low? So I'll give you an example right now. US dollar versus Switzerland franc. The Swiss franc is at a high. The US dollar is at a low. So right now, I want to say it's at like 0.91. So basically, 91 US cent to, I want to say, I think it's $1 and something of theirs. So right now, their shit is more expensive than the US dollar. Usually, it runs close to. So when I say run close to, US dollar may be 98 cents to their $1 and some, a dollar or whatever. And sometimes you'll notice that the US dollar may go higher than theirs. You'll see it run up to like $1.03 of US dollars. That means theirs has dropped down to like the 90 something range, right? 90 something cent range. And that happened back in 2018 or 19. I can't remember exactly. It might have been 19 at some point. But that shit is at all-time lows right now. I remember looking at it on Sunday, and it was in the 90s range, like 906 something, right? And it was low, and I was like, fuck, man, I can get into this shit right now. But I'm looking at the charts, and the shit may drop into the 8.9s. But I looked at it yesterday and watched that shit. It had jumped up to 9.1. So had I decided to stick $100 in and look at it, I would have made, let's say, roughly $80, somewhere around that range, just from it jumping up to 9.1. So there's money to be made in Forex. Forex is definitely one of those things that you have to learn the terminology. You have to learn about the different economies. You have to learn what a pip is, what a mini pip is, what a micro pip is, in terms of the charts going up and down, right? So you're going to be doing some research when it comes to Forex. Now, they have different things where you can pay, they call them signals. You can pay people, pay companies, that they'll give you a signal when to buy and when to sell. If you do that, you need to find out their statistics. You don't want to fucking just be paying somebody, let's say $5 a month, and they're giving you a fucking signal to buy and sell. Buy it, 5.3, sell it 5.5, something like that. But they're not gonna tell you how much to put on it. That shit is up to you to put in a certain amount of money, and then the shit go backwards on you, and they don't tell you the timeline either on how long you should hold it for, So if that shit goes backwards on you and that shit go from 5.3 to 5.2, you done lost fucking money, and once again, you should never invest in anything. I don't give a fuck if it's stocks, Forex, crypto, whatever, not even fucking houses. If you can't afford to lose the fucking money, that shit is all, it's a chance type game, man. It's chances. You hope to benefit from it. And you may benefit from it long term. More than likely, you will benefit more so long term and not immediately. And a lot of times the only way you're gonna benefit immediately is if you have a ton of money, in $25,000 or higher. Well, you could start a little lower, $10,000, and you are getting in on the better deals, better deal side of anything, and then you may decide to do day trading or something like that, and you may come out a little better. So that's pretty much Forex for you, man. Like I said, it is free. So if you are paying people, it can be beneficial. For some people, it is beneficial. I talked to one person that they made like 5 stacks when I talked to them one time. This was like back in early 2019. And since then we really haven't had our conversations about that. But we'll go into crypto. Now, crypto, a lot of people are lost when it comes to it, because we're talking about digital assets. They really have no real value in terms of, because they're not, some of them are not backed by US dollar, so on and so forth, right? As time has they came up with new different cryptocurrencies that are backed by US dollars, that are backed by different assets and stuff. So that's what gives them a monetary value. A lot of people only know about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then they see some other currency pop up and they be like, oh man, that currency is really low, it's gonna be rich. No, now what's happened is people have learned how to take advantage of the situation. They'll develop a currency. It has no type of backing whatsoever. Let's say that shit is 1 cent. They go in and they hype it up, and then you fuck around and buy X amount of dollars and at this thing with the hopes that it's gonna blow up, right? Like a Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, right? Or and that doesn't happen. You get your money fucking taken from you. Right now, I think T.I. had to pay $75,000 in fines because of his involvement with another guy who set up a cryptocurrency, and T.I. wasn't the owner of the company. He advertised it in a sense on his page, posted it up on his page at some point or another a year or two ago, and they say he may have boasted about it or something like that, but he got fined for that shit. And the dude dipped off with like $2 million, if I'm not mistaken, of people's money. It was basically a scam, like an exit scam. So people put their money in. Once dude got it, they say he bought some Ferraris, he bought a fucking big ass house and shit, like he disappeared on their ass. So they can't find him. Feds can't find him. But when they do, his ass going to jail, right? But T.I. had to he caught that fine for that shit. He caught like a $75,000 fine. So you have to be real careful. Even some of the stuff that are on Coinbase are not all the way on the up and up. They do kind of look over their shit and monitor their stuff, but we know Ethereum is going to be a good coin. Ethereum Classic, Basic ETH, Ethereum. We know that Bitcoin, the Bitcoin what they call it, Bitcoin Cash. We know that shit is safe. We know that Dogecoin is safe. We know that XRP Ripple is safe. We know the Stellar Lumen is safe. So there's quite a bit on there are safe that you can put your money in, and they're backed now by a lot of different companies. Man, we got a lot of people like I think XRP Ripple has like American Express, MasterCard, Visa. A lot of other people are involved with them. So they're getting some nice backing. So their price has jumped up. I remember when that shit was like, 19 cents. I never got in when it was super like 2 cents or anything like that. I remember looking at it and it was like 19 cents or 17 cents, and the shit jumped. And I talked to my best friend about it. Me and him used to discuss crypto all the time. He actually made quite a bit of money from it. Took his money and used it to do whatever he was going to do with it, and then got back in. He invested in it every month. I don't invest in crypto every month. Well, I am an opportunist when it comes to my crypto, man. And I do the math. I sit down with my pad. I start doing the math. I have one cryptocurrency, or actually two, that I really like. And that is Stellar Lumen. I really like Stellar Lumen. I think they're going for 8 cents right now. I really like purchasing them around the 5 cent range. If you can get them cheaper, 4 cent, 3 cent. I think they went to 3 cent earlier this year. If you can get in that motherfucker at 5 cent, and it usually goes up to that 10 cent range, 11 cent, right around there, you start seeing it falter out and then drop back down. You're going to make some money. You got to look at it like this. If it's at 5 cent and you put $1,000 into this crypto, when it goes to 10 cents, you double your money. So when it goes up 5 more cents, you double your money, right? When it goes up to half of that, you have half of that. So if you're planning on, like I said, if you had 1,000 and you plan on making another 1,000 at 10 cents, if you cut that in half and hit a certain half point, and maybe 7.5, I think it's 7.5, then at that point you will have $500. So it's up to you on how you. That's how I count my crypto. I do it on paper, come up with what I want to get out of it, what I'm willing to put into it, and then go from there. I tend to not get into it if it doesn't hit the price that I want. Recently, Stellar dropped down to like 6 cents. I could have got in. Right now it's at 8 cents. So would I have made money from it? Yes, I would have made a couple of dollars from it. But it didn't hit what I wanted. I wanted to get in at 5 cents. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get it at 5 cents, and I want to sell it at 10 cents so that I can double my money, and then I'm going to be out again. Now, do I want to have coins in Stellar for a long term? Yes. So basically what I do is, the second coin I'll talk about is Dogecoin. Dogecoin is a coin that they call it a stable coin. It stays in the range of $1 at all times. So it may drop down below $1 sometimes. The majority of the time it's at $1 or right above it, 101 or something like that. It does jump up. I want to say it had a spike one day where it jumped to 115, and that shit was like maybe for an hour or so, and it started dropping back down. But relative your man, my legs hurt. It's pretty safe. You don't have to worry about losing money in it. So whatever you put in, usually it's paying you every day a certain amount of money. So I want to say off my $500 that I have sitting in Dogecoin right now, is paying me 3 cents a day, something like that, in DAI. So it's constantly adding on and it's rolling over, right? So it's giving me compound interest, so to speak, right? So it's building up over time. So I'm going to have more DAI in there than I had before. And most people say, oh, well, it's not paying you a lot, 3 cents a day. That shit adds up. So what happens when that same $500 is now paying me 5 cents a day? Then we start looking at, okay, well, in 10 days, that's 50 cents. And, in 20 days, that's $1. and shit like that. So that's how we're gonna be looking at in 30 days time frame. They gave me $1.20, so on and so forth. So that's how I look at it. So as long as it's sitting right there and die, it's paying me a certain amount of money. So as it goes up, continues to stay right there and goes up in value with that compound interest, I'm being paid. All cryptocurrencies don't do that, and I can only think of a few. I think USD coin pays like 1 point something percent. Coin pays 4% maybe. I think it's 4%. I think Tezos pays 5% or something like that. I don't think I have any money in Tezos right now, but there are a few that do pay. They call them staking options and whatever for putting your money there, and it may not last forever. But I keep my money in DAI with the intents of moving it into Stellar once Stellar drops. So I want my money to stay stable. I don't keep it in my wallet, my USD wallet, because if you transfer from USD anything or any type of crypto and you change it back into your wallet and then you go to purchase those coins, it's going to charge you a fee. And depending on what you're trying to get into, depends on the price, right? So it may be $2.99 or maybe $7.99, whatever the price is that Coinbase charges. And I don't want to go through being charged that. Now I have to make all that money back in the marketplace. And you also need to have done your math on paper or on your computer or whatever. I have computers, right here and right here. I've already done the math on my computers or on paper where I know, hey, this is how much I'm going to be charged if I move it over here. This is how much I'm not going to be charged. This is how much I'm going to make if I decide to buy it 5 cents and sell it 10 cents. This is how much I plan on making if I continue to use my strategy to double the money. So I'll tell you this: I've only put I think $75 in crypto. I've made money in crypto in terms of they give away free coins and shit. So I have more than $500 in crypto, but the 515 that I have on Stellar Lumen, or that are from they're in DAI right now, I got from Stellar, and I got that from like $75. I took 75, I put it in Stellar Lumen, bought in at like 4 cents, I believe. Watched the shit go up, doubled my money like at 8 cents. Took the money, moved that shit over to DAI, watched it drop back down. Stellar Lumen, drops back down. I then go back in with the money that I had made and watch that shit go back up. That's what I did. I just continue to follow that plan, and that's how I double, triple my money and shit, right? So now I have $500+ off of $75 that I'd invested on Stellar. That is my plan. I will not waver from that shit when it comes to cryptocurrency, because I don't know about all the currencies, and I don't know how all of them move, but I know how Stellar moves. So since I know how Stellar moves and I know how XRP moves, I could possibly put some money in XRP, which I haven't, but I kind of know how they move, and I know they can drop down to like the 17-cent range. That's low for them. When they do, boom, I can go in. I know that they may go up to 30 cents, possibly. Are they poised to sometime go to the $1, $2 range? Yes, they're gonna hit that shit. Stellar is poised to go up into the $1+ range, $2 range. So you have to also think, man, if you own, I think I at one point owned 7,000 tokens, so or coins. So if you own 7,000 coins and you paid, $100 for it, and that shit hit $1, you're gonna have $7,000. You can minus out your $100 that you put in. Now you have $6,900 worth of coins. If you want to sell them shits, you can, and you take the fucking money. Right now, that shit isn't regulated, which means you're not gonna you're not gonna pay taxes on it and shit like that. But that shit is coming. Trust, that shit is coming. The U.S. government is not gonna continue to allow its citizens to put their money into crypto and not pay money off that shit, not pay money off of the money that they're making. You know what I'm saying? They're losing bread now. So imagine motherfuckers that are rich with millions and they put their money into crypto and that shit flips and doubles for them. So you put $1 million in that shit at 5 cents and they go up to 10 cents, you made another $1 million. They ain't getting shit off of it. They ain't getting shit off of it. Now for you and me, we're smiling. If we can get away with it right now, we will. But for the government, they losing money. You know what I'm saying? That's money that they know they can take from you and utilize in whatever way they're gonna utilize it in. Build roads, infrastructures, whatever the fuck. But yeah, man, that's crypto. That's crypto. So yes, you can make money off of it. Learn one or two of them. They're gonna benefit you. Once again, I deal with majority with two of them, but I like quite a few of them. So I have invested money in Bitcoin before. I have invested money in Ethereum Classic. I have invested money in XRP. I have invested money in Stellar Lumen. I have invested money in Dogecoin, USD Coin, Tezos, Compound. Quite a few of them. I have money that I've put into them, and I've lost money in a few of them. I haven't lost any money in Stellar before. I think I made money in Bitcoin, but it took a long fucking time, and I only had but so much in Bitcoin at the time, in that time frame. So I think I made $25 in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin like $13,000 right now, $14,000. When you start getting up that close in Bitcoin, I start getting weary, because right around that time is when it starts to falter. I believe it's going to go to $100,000 a coin. I don't think so right now in today's economy, but you never know. People may choose to go that route, because you gotta look at it. Once the U.S. starts to monetize and Europe starts to monetize, not monetize, but to tax that stuff, people are going to be pulling out of this shit, because the taxes on crypto is going to be way higher than the taxes on your regular monies and shit, man. Like the way they looking at it and shit. So once again, man, like hopefully I've taught you guys. I know the video is ran longer than I wanted to, but I did touch base on your stocks. I touch base on Forex. I touch base on crypto. Hopefully you guys are doing your research before you start investing. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.